Well, good day. Good morning, in my case, it is. And joy to be with you. You know, I had a very good time studying the Word with God. So I'm going to share some of that with you, just a little bit. And we'll move from there and, through the normal stuff into the story. I think the story is going to get interesting. Well, hasn't it already? Who knows? God knows what he's doing. That's what I know. So, um, you know, when we become connected to God through his son, Jesus, um, then we are empowered by that for every breath, for every word, for every deed, for everything we do. It moves through that space. It moves through that relationship. And that's what it is, you know. Now, someone might say, I don't want Christ to own me. Well, I do. The master of the universe, the Lord of everything, the King of kings, my Savior. The one that speaks and every knee bows. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I do want it to own me, to look after me, to protect me, to support me. And the Father that comes with it and the Holy Spirit that comes inside. Yeah, I want those too. Because in a sense, being owned by God, that's what we're really talking about. It's the safest place, the most provided for place, and the most amazingly joyous, thriving space. And even when it isn't, it's still the best space to be. Let's leave it there. So if you wish to get a hold of me, you can reach out to me at Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me, Eric at starthealing.me. And I'll send you out a link and you can book an appointment and you can talk with me. And let's see if I am a part of your healing puzzle. Well, well, the stories got quite interesting, right? Some may be sitting there going, would an animal actually do that? Yes. I personally witnessed it. Um, and it's a very sacred moment. That's all I'll say. So, getting to the story, I mean, he's packing up his Jeep and he has a thought. So, he thinks there's a couple of good stumps and a few pieces of really amazing carving wood. He goes and stumbles around through the by that rock and he finds them all, gets them all together, carries them over to the Jeep, drops them in. That'll be better. Then there's a big one. Well, there's the trailer. So he hooks the trailer up, drops it in, and ties that one down, and he's off. It's fairly simple, going the opposite way to the way he went before. He just drives for 100 kilometers, roughly, until he sees a beaver that probably isn't doing what a beaver would do. Now you might be saying, is the guy going to be home? Of course he is. Because that's how it works. Now, as he's driving along, he sees this beautiful, clear stream, and I mean, it's beautiful and it's clear. And he had a couple of bottles he had found in his house that he had put in there for that purpose. And he picks up those bottles and goes and gathers the water from that stream and tightens them down, puts them in a box where his Bible sits. And he says, as he moves along, he's worshiping and praising the Lord, and he's also asking God to endow those waters with his presence, his power, and he's asking Christ to move his essence of his blood into that water. He has a reason for these things. You'll find out later. He was thinking to himself, you know, before I got myself messed up, before I ended up 15 years in the wrong place or right place, depending on, I guess, anyway, I'll leave that one up to God because that's what we do, right? We leave it up to God, he said. He continues to drive and he's munching away on that burrito. Man, that thing is huge. But he's going to need some energy when he gets there. He knows that. He used to do this before everything went south, sideways, or the right way. And all of that was learning, which ultimately it is, he said. Wow, look at me, self, talk to me, self, huh? Chuckled. Continued to sing and praise the Lord, and he drove along a little while and he saw something. Stopped, went over. Yeah, that's kind of a cool looking dried piece of wood. Almost looks like a personish. Ah, grab that one too, thump. And over in the corner, aw, what happened to you, bud? Walks over and there's another elk. This one's in worst case scenario. But it's not dead yet. Looks up with very mournful eyes like, oops, well, this is the end of my run. And almost in a sacred permission, yet again, he allows it to leave. Picks it up. Well, that's going to take a few minutes, he said. But he does a quick field dress and takes out all the parts he won't need and even leaves some of the meat behind. Something for the animals. Part of that sacred nature between him and animals. It's how he feels. Takes that animal and he takes it to his trailer and lays it in his trailer. And trying to figure out what to do. So he decides to stream is cold and he's got the bags. Got to put the bags in and he did. And he does the bags and he'll set them in the deep part of the stream down there. Yeah, somebody finds them, then they're for them. And if he comes back and they're there, then he'll take them home. They'll be frozen by then. They'll travel well. And while he's up there, he's going to make a box for this. He has some ideas. Always does. Anyway, takes him about an extra hour, but he dresses it down, gets the skin, decides the skin is going to be present to the reserve, and so is the head and the hoofs for them to do what they like with. He takes all the meat that he can and he gets it into the bags and he hangs it in the water. A small waterfall, so safe as it can be. Takes the rest of it and dresses it and puts it together. And figures he's only about another 15, 20 minutes from Beaver, so this meat should hold, and he leaves it there. Again, another present for the reserve. He has kept the liver, but given them the kidneys. Well, it feels like this is a good thing. And he gets back in his Jeep and goes, wow, I need a bath. So, because, well, not in that stream, but a little bit back from that is a little bit of still water. I'll have a bath there. And he did. Just cleaned himself up. He brought a couple extra clothes because he felt it might be there a few days. So he put those on and he took that bunch and he put it away. And he get that cleaned up later, or maybe at the reserve, who knows? He arrives at the place. He knows it because the beaver is, yes. Well, cute beaver, ish. No, that's not what a beaver would do. But anyway, uh, he arrives, and of course, the guy's just outside working with a power saw and looks up and goes, "Ha! Yeah, you're here. Knew you were coming. What you got there?" "Oh, I found a an elk that had got into a mess. I don't know how good the pelt is for you, but it's yours. So is the head and the poofs and it's meat. I brought you up this stuff so you can play with it. Oh my, that's nice. It's dry too. Oh, where'd that one come from? Oh, along the road. So you're up here for that. Yeah, yeah. She sent me out. She's not wanting to tangle with that. I don't blame her. Nobody does here. You'll see what we mean when we get there. Well, let's get that meat sorted out. I'll put it in my big freezer at the back. You'll see what I mean. And you walk around and there's a well. It isn't a water well. It's a freezer. And he drops the meat down there. He's got his own bagging system and goes, that'll be good. He said, the rest we can take up to the chief and he'll love it. He'll probably put the head on the wall. He does his own taxidermy, so. Oh dear, I'm gonna be going between the twixt. Oh, don't worry, they're both friends, so yeah. Between the twixt, you will. Let's go do that now. See, you're all cleaned up. I had a nice bath in the stream. Oh, I wouldn't have done that. That's cold. But uh invigorating too, right? Yeah. Imagine the other clothes are dry, yeah. And yucky and muddy and all that stuff too. Okay. Um, we'll drop those off at the washer lady. Oh, you have one of those too? Yeah, her sister actually. Um, she's an interesting sort, but no kids. Just been a helper all her life. Haven't found that one, as she said. Ah, well, you never know when that's going to happen. That's what she keeps saying. So they drive up a bit and they're they stop and he's well, that's it. The old log cabin right there. He walks over to it, knocks, and she comes out and she goes, well, I'll be. Hello. And he goes, hello. And something happens right there. Mm. he drops the clothes and just pulls her into his arms and says, "Hug?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, hug is good." "You're late." "Oh, I'm always late. Don't worry." And the guy that is the carver and forger laughs and says, "Aha! The two have found him." Okay. That'll get interesting. Another day." And she goes, "Well, I gotta go back to the laundry, but we have to talk." "Yes, yes." He gives her uh, proper pat on the bottom, and she goes, "Yeah, yeah. Uh, more of that later." Okay. And off she went. And he said, "I warned you, those clothes are," "Yeah, I know. You probably got into something, didn't you?" "Well, how about that? Do you have a freezer?" "Well, I have a hole in the ground. It's my well. Yeah. And there's a spot in there for food. Yep." "Okay." And he goes back and he gets a whole dressed leg of this elk. She goes, "Ooh, man, that's a payment for the." "Yeah, okay. I'll drop that in after I clean her up. And oh man, that bone will get, oh, we get that cooked. Got a big old pot out back." "Aye, sounds good." They both kind of look interesting at each other and wink, and he goes back to the truck. And the guy that's the carver and the forger goes, yeah, that just happened, didn't it?" "Uh-huh. Well, um, I'm a very complicated soul." "Yeah, that's all right. So is she. She'll understand everything." This could get, oh, don't worry. All works out in the wash," he said. "Let's go see the chief." "Then we gotta go see that thing that we have to deal with." "Yes, yes. Well, you have to deal with it. I'm not going near it." "No one will." "All right." And they drive up a bit more, and there's a bigger house, much bigger. A lot of people wandering around it, and there's a big guy, and he's sitting on the porch, and massive actually. He's chuckling. "Gotcha here, did we?" "Uh-huh. I hear your name is Joseph the Tinkerer." "McGritty, of course, for your Irish stuff, or your English stuff, or your Scottish stuff, right?" "Oh, let's just leave it with the Scots." He chuckled. He said, "Well," he said, "you're also a band member down there. And guess what? You're going to be a band member up here. I know it." "Oh, yeah, that just kind of happened." "Oh, you met her already?" "Oh, yeah." Gave her a wee hug and a pat. "Oh, yeah, that's what I would have expected." Have to get that all legalized, you know." "Uh-huh. It'll happen." He said, "Anyway, whoa, what's that? That's a nice, nice rack on that." "Yeah, that's yours." "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm a hunter." And this one was kind of mangled a little bit, but you may be able to use the pelt for something. "Oh, yeah, that's going to come in useful." That's nice." "Oh, you got the hooves, and you gave me the kidneys." I love elk and kidney pie. "I have a good recipe for that." "Oh, you do? Good. You're going to be up here a couple of days?" "That's the plan, I think. We're going to do some foraging and putting some things together." "Yes, but we have that thing to deal with first, don't we?" "Oh, yeah. Let's go introduce you to the pastor." "Priest." "Somebody. He been here a while. Came up here Catholic, and he ain't no more. He's been, well, you know, they took a dim view to some of the things he was saying, so they ousted him. But he's got another ticket from another place, so he's all right. He's a pastor, but he don't want to deal with it either. But he does want to talk to you first." "Okay." So I drive up and there's, yeah, well, another log cabin with a cross standing, well, leaning on it at the moment. "That's part of the issue right there," he said. "Our church looks wonderful, but the cross isn't properly supported. Nobody knows how to quite make that. The forger over there and blacksmith, he doesn't have that skill." as long as he's got the right equipment, I can probably get it together for you and get it properly put on that wall. That'd be awesome. And so goes up, and the pastor's, you know, outside running oil between the cracks and stuffing. You know, it's gonna be a cold winter. I want to make sure this thing is as windproof as possible. I walk in, and it's not a normal church. There's skins along the walls that are keeping out the wind mostly. Uh, Probably sits 20 or 30, maybe 40. A bunch of kids on the ground. One room, but nice. And in the back, you can see kitchen and a missus moving around. Ah, I hear you were a Catholic. Well, when I came, yes. Then started having visions and dreams, and God worked with me, and now I'm not a Catholic anymore, and I have a wife back there. It's awesome. She's a nice lady. She stuck her head out and goes, "You're up here for that thing? Yeah. After that thing, we're going to have some food, but a little low in the meat department." And holds up a great big bag and goes, "Ah, not now." Oh, wow. Well, God does provide. I asked and I got. Okay. Well, also like to use your oven if it's okay. I have a couple of kidneys here for the chief, and I want to make him a kidney and elk pie the way I make it. Oh, yeah, we can do that. She says you'll take all that and you just have a talk with my husband. And with her, it's not much of a talk. He said we have a situation with an artifact, or at least that's what the library lady says. And she was going to come up and deal with it, but I guess you are. Yes, I used to do that before everything went swift. But I guess it went ski right because I'm here, right where I belong. I'm going to create a vault for these things. And sometimes people come and get them. Well, that's awesome. He said that it's going to get dealt with. There's some, uh, he said, excuse my terminology, but collateral damage. There's a young kid in there that we don't know where he came from, but he's there. And there's one of ours, an orphan, and she's caught up in it too. And you'll see. He said, okay. So they drove to the center of town where nobody was, and the energy and presence of the enemy was huge. Whoa, yeah. Goes, I'm glad I made these. Reaches in and grabs his two bottles. Ah, you came prepared, the Catholic goes. Yes, I did. Um, you want to take that bottle and put it around the mantle? Sure, I can do that much. He goes and he quickly kind of takes the water out and runs it around the mantle of the door and comes back and goes, whoo! It was not happy about that. I didn't think it would be. So let's go get that item. Well, I will go get that item. And I didn't have time to make a box for it, but you whittle, right? Can you take that piece of tamarack that I laid in there and go and make a box if you can? Well, I can do that in a short hurry. That's not a problem. Not me, but the guy beside me. You get to meet him afterwards. So you need a tamarack box. They need it burnt the way the natives burn it. Oh, I know what you mean. He can do all of that. Back in about, 25 minutes, I hope. By then I'll have everything sorted. Really? Well, God will. I'm just the donkey. I'll explain that one some other time. And he goes up to the door and it doesn't want to open. In fact, it doesn't even want to be a door anymore. And he goes, the fun of it all. And he goes, in the name of Jesus, open. And the door goes, there we are. I'll be back in a bit. And then he goes. The Catholic is, well, former Catholic priest, now minister, goes, I'm praying for you, as is the whole town. Whoa. And he gets inside, and yeah, there is some things going on in there. Well, it's not like the outside, he goes. Looks like a Babylonian brothel. Oof. Okay. Well, we're having some fun, aren't we? And the tribal orphan and the poor guy that came from somewhere are lounging over, well, benches, showing off their wares, of course, because it is a brothel. Uh, finds bits and pieces here and there, and he goes, okay, well, we got to get this back to what it was. Sort out what happened here. I don't know, there's the object right in the center, laughing at me. You're being affected by their nakedness. Oh, I'm not really. Uh, My eyes have been on you, not on them. And I just bind the energy and the power and the presence that is around them and I let them go to rest. They both just kind of floop. He walks over and he pulls up their garments over them and he'll uh, he'll work that out later. And he's wandering over to the object and the object is going, no, you can't. No, no, no. I rule here. No, you actually don't. God does. Well, they played with an Ouija board. I understand that they probably did something less than stellar, but that doesn't matter. Where are they? Where you can't get them. Oh, hmm. That's not a good thing to say to me because I'll just ask God where they are and God will bring them back, or I'll be sent to get them back. It doesn't matter. They won't be the same. Oh, I understand that. This group of wonderful human beings will still love them. We'll burn the Ouija board. Oh no, we can't do that. Yes, we can, and we will. In a sacred fire. You can't seal me. Yes, I can, actually, but not me. I'm not that naive. But by the blood of Christ, yes. What do you mean? Oh, no, 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 no. No, I just got out. Aha. One bottle of water in the center of that circlet. Yep, done. It's moaning and complaining, but it can't do anything now. And then I asked God, can you turn this thing back into what it was? Ah, much better. Where are those guys? Oh, wonderful. Nightmare Realm. All right. Well, you gonna get them? Right, God, I'll go get them. So goes up to the wall and he asks, okay, God, give me passage. And God does. He goes through, pulls them back out. They're a little older. They're a little freaked out. They're on their knees asking God to forgive them, and God, of course, does. They need some clothes too. He This is taking about 40, 50 minutes of time. He goes and opens the door, and the guy's standing there with the box. Box! Hopefully the right size. Yeah. So it's going to hold the circuit and the bottle of water, which we're going to do something with. You'll see. So the guy comes in and goes, "Oh, it's better, yes." And these nice people here. have repented and we need to burn this. Oh yeah, that's a bad thing. We're gonna get rid of that. Oh, did they know it was a gate? Nope, of course not. Well, they learned. Yeah. Um, so they set it inside, set the water in the center, and shut the door, shut the little lid. Said lid, door, doesn't matter. It's in there. And, carefully takes it out and puts it in the Jeep and says, I'll look after it from here. But I'm going to forge a different vessel for it later. I'm a bit hungry and a bit tired, and all of a sudden that orphan girl, she must be about 16 or 17, gloms onto him and goes, no go, no go, no go. You come back, it'll eat me. No, it won't eat you, dear. Where's the boy? Oh, I put him back where he belongs. Oh my. Uh, this is too big for my pocket, said the pastor. And I said, Al, welcome to reality. And he goes, oh man, that's a big reality. Uh-huh, it is. That moment, the pastor's wife hangs out of the church and goes, hey, food's on. And I got all the ingredients there for your, that you talked about for that pie once you're reoriented with space and time. That'd be good, man. I got a little one. Well, not so little. I just, wow, this is gonna get interesting. Uh-huh. She ain't going anywhere by the looks. Nope. I got her up in my arms. There ain't much left of her. Well, she's had a rough life. There's a lot of things that have happened that she wants to stay with me. That's fine. We can do that for now. Walks in, and of course, the washer lady is there for lunch. She looks up and goes, ah, she found you. Yes. She doesn't want any more bad things happening to her, so right now she's stuck to me. Uh-huh. And she sat real close to me on the chair. We shared kind of a chair. And we ate. And she just cuddled and ate and cuddled and then fell asleep. And I said, do you have a blanket? They came and they gave me a blanket and I wrapped her up in the blanket and I said, this is me when I'm not here. You're going to sleep in the church for a while. Is that okay? And she, uh-huh, you come back. I no go anywhere without you. How's that? Okay. If I wake up, can I come where you are? Yes. She looked up, she goes, I need clothes. I know. We'll get that sorted out. The wife and the washer lady said, don't worry. Your life just got interesting. Oh, it was interesting all the way along. It's slightly more now. We'll leave it there. So as we move forward, we need a blessing of wisdom overflowing from God, wisdom to know and to be without knowing, and to have and without having, wrapped in joy, wrapped in peace, and everything else that brush wishes to paint for you that God has in his hand, according to God's will and wish, and your will and wish, this can be. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and it got interesting again. Thank you for your story. Thank you for allowing me to tell it. I know that you are healing people with it, and that is the purpose of the whole thing. How it works, where it works, what happens, that's up to you. We all leave this in your care. If this is their first time or 100th time, push back the darkness so that they can see you and commune with you and sup with you and be with you. We thank you for doing so. We ask for grace and courage, and we ask for mercy and strength. as we move through these amazing times that are around us. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. So you be blessed, and when you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.